this on YouTube. This is House of Dragons for Dummies. In the event that you missed Game of Thrones, you never picked it up, but you want to watch this. Okay, I'm going to do it real quick. This is a kingdom where they have a hierarchy of kings, queens, and everything in between. This, Your Grace, was King Viserys. We're only on season 2. So I'm going to give you a quick wrap-up of season 1, and it's going to make sense. In season 1, this is the king, right? He's a Targaryen. A Targaryen, this is fiction, is a king born in the lineage that own dragons. They're typically blonde, 100% always blonde, even if they're black. A Targaryen is a blonde, and they have dragon blood. They're not dragons, they own them. It's a big fucking deal. If you give it a chance, it's humongous of a deal. In season 1, King Viserys is on his way out. He's deteriorating, he's falling apart. In the beginning, he doesn't have a son, so he tells Rhaenyra, this is Rhaenyra, he tells Rhaenyra, I love you. You got that dog in you. You got that dog in you, and I'm dying, and I don't have a son. I'm going to break the rules, and I'm going to make you the king, right? So Rhaenyra's just like, but I'm a girl, niggas ain't going to jack it. I'm the king, and what kings do? We make our own rules. Boom. But what niggas be doing, right? They be fucking. So he's fucking her best friend. This is Allison. She doesn't have, she's not a king or a queen. She's just the best friend of a princess. And her pappy, I don't like this nigga at all. Nobody likes this nigga. Nobody's jacking this nigga. He's just not genuine. He's wise, but he's not genuine. Follow me. Add to he was fucking her when she was driving. I'm gonna get there. King Viserys is the king. The hand of the king is not a vice president. I don't want y'all to misconstrue that. The hand of a king is the good angel on my side. I need you for opinions in war. I need you to tell me when I'm bugging. You're my assistant, but an assistant with prestige. King Viserys, this is the king. This is his homie. This is his sidekick. This is his Robin. Dying. His name is Otto. The sidekick, Otto, is an automatic piece of shit. Otto's daughter is not of king and queen lineage. So as a father, what does he do? He wants his lineage to be lit. So he starts to gas his daughter, which is the princess's best friend, to seduce her dad so they could get in the kingdom, right? And be kings and queens and then things in between. So they kids at this point. This picture is from when they're all adults, right? I need you to understand what's going on. If I'm not making sense, if you need me to go back, you just say it in the box. I'm going to break it down. Because the show, you got to understand. I'm a genius, right? And when you're a genius, your mind moves a million moves a second, right? So nothing holds your attention. So I have ADHD. My brain is just doing 100 things at once. So I'm not really into TV. If I like a show, it's amazing, right? So just work with me. King Viserys, wife dies in childbirth. He's dying. His daughter, Princess Rhaenyra, is the only heir he has at this time. There's no son. So she is in line to be a king, even though she has what I have, a vagina. Because I too am a king with a vagina. Her best friend, Allison, is not in any kind of monarch gang. She's not a monarch, she's a civilian. But her dad is the assistant, aka hand of the king, to Viserys. Now, she's seducing this man as she's a kid, but in these days they nasty like that. They all with children, they dating each other, brothers and sisters are having babies. This is how they keep the royalty in the blood, right? Cool, not so cool, but we just say cool to move past it. This guy, which is everyone's favorite character because he's so fucking evil, is the brother of King Viserys. So he's kind of jealous. You know, look at my brother over there. He's weak. I really bang out, but he's king. This is whack, right? My brother mad weak. I got that dog in me. probably a pit. He's definitely a pit. But he's just not the king. He's the king's brother. He gets into jams sometimes. The kings will send some help. He'll show that he don't need it. He'll bang out. He'll send a whole army back and go bang out by himself. He's that nigga, right? He got his eye on his own niece because he knows my brother's dying. I can't be king. But it's going to get gross, y'all. I'm just so sorry. At least black people not doing it. If I marry my niece, right? And she becomes king, I'm really king, because if I'm fucking my niece and she's the queen king, I'm really the king. So that's how I'm going to get to the throne, right? I'm going to make my niece pretend I love her, right? I'm going to marry her because my brother's dying, and then I'll be king through marriage. He is not fine, girl. He's ugly as shit, right? His swag is fine. He got that dog in him. I know y'all like niggas that get shit done. I get the sex appeal. But fine, I'm going to need you to pull back. He ain't that. He's not fine. Cool, right? So now we know who we need to know. You probably need to know this fucking nigga down here, right? This is Sir Shithead. Sir Kristen. I forget. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good because I don't remember their names. Sir Kristen, since he was a child, is a guard, but he really guards Rhaenyra at this time. This is going to get you so caught up to date when you watch it. You're going to be like, damn, Diamond did this good. Cool. For all four of y'all. I don't care how many people's in here. This excites me, and then it's going to tie into the other death games over there. The death games I told you about, Don Julio Foolio, it's going to make sense because people just be doing that. They just be killing people. It's not just our kind. Cool. King Viserys starts fucking Alicent. Alicent is his daughter, Princess Rhaenyra's best friend. He gets Alicent pregnant, right? That's weird. You having a baby for my dad? Sir Kristen is fine. Relax, though. I'm married. Yeah, he ain't finer than my nigga. Let's clear that up. But he fine. He's disloyal, so he ain't that fine because he's a disloyal bitch. But I see. You like that Ricky Martin look. Alicent gets pregnant. Alicent is the best friend of the princess. That's weird, bro. Why are you getting pregnant for my dad? Who does that? That's strange. And I hope you know that's going to put a strain on our friendship. You don't care? Because your daddy, Otto, your daddy is in your ear, and you think your daddy care about you. He don't care about you either. He just wants to get his legacy in royalty. Cool. So now you're not a good friend to the king. You're not a good assistant to the king. You're not a good dad because you're pimping your daughter just so your legacy can have royalty in it. And you're just an all-around piece of shit guy. I like to call pieces of shit, if y'all stick with me through this process, when I don't like people or a guy that's slick, I call him a wet weasel. Otto's a wet weasel. He's a wet weasel. And Sir Kristen is a wet weasel. Now, Alicent is pregnant. Alicent has a what? They want to be dramatic. Alicent has a boy, right? Now, the problem with this is Rhaenyra, Princess Rhaenyra was promised to be king because at the time, this guy didn't have any sons. You can see where the conflict is going to start because, bitch, I'm supposed to be king. You sleeping with my daddy. You had a boy. So that knocks out my chance to be king. But guess what? Guess who the only stand-up nigga in this whole chart is? King Viserys. Let's fast forward a couple of generations. They all older now. They all look like this. When I'm telling you the story, the girls are younger. They're kids. Now they're older, right? Viserys, he's like, he's a really good person. He's such a good person, they don't respect his shit because his heart is so pure. So they really play around with his king level. He's dying, but he's still showing up for his daughter. Towards the end of season 1, the daughter had something. He's in his deathbed. Nobody seen this nigga in mad long. He comes out his deathbed with a mask on because his face is deteriorating, right? I forget what she's having. It's not even important. I don't want to complicate things with specifics. But she is having something. The king, her daddy, comes out of his deathbed with a mask on. Remember like when Cisco had the mask on and these are the times we oh, but he had on one of those Cisco's masks. But I'm just like, yeah, that's my daddy. That's my daddy. My daddy do that. My daddy bang out for me too. Cool. So everybody's like, damn, he love this bitch. And that's how they build a story for how much you should know that he loves her so much that even though he had that new boy, he has the boy, Allison is the mother now of an heir. But he didn't say that the son was going to be king. But they tried to. I think Allison names him. This is difficult. You got to be a nerd. The biggest guy on this whole chart of hierarchy is called Aegon the Conqueror. You never going to see him because he's like God into them. We never see him. It's thousands of years ago, but we know who God is, right? But many people don't name their kids God because it would be offensive because how big he is. So the name Aegon in their kingdom is like God. They go name the son God, Aegon. Like, why'd you do that? I don't. I hope you don't think he getting the crown. I know y'all don't think this nigga about to be king because he's a boy when Viserys clearly said that his daughter is the promised king. Cool. This bitch has Aegon, and this is why it gets confusing. They named him after their god, Aegon. So you know how there's stories about God and stuff, and you know it's in the Bible. That's what they say. Don't even get me into that topic. Viserys is dying. This is his last day on Earth, right? He's laying down in his bed. His wife, this little slut that was sex trafficked by her father to seduce him and produce a king. She's by his side because she's his wife, right? He's dying. He's holding her hand. He's saying something in her ear. She chooses to say that his last words was, I want Aegon to be the king. Aegon is her son. How does that benefit her? Ask yourself, how does it benefit to be the mom of a king? It's just some big shit. It's some big bowl of shit. So she wants that to be true. She doesn't care about the friendship they had. And bitches don't care. Bitches don't care. They had a quick Twitter topic today about, oh, I hate girls that put their man in front of their friends. My man come first, honey. When I got my BBL, y'all wasn't wiping my ass. When Gotti shit on the floor, y'all don't pick up Gotti shit. I'm sure y'all talk about me behind my back. Oh, her butt too big. You see her BBL? My nigga come first. Cool. Not before my best friend. They're neck and neck. She has the edge. Jessica has the edge. Sorry, Skip, she was here first. But in front of friends, y'all don't stand a fucking chance. That's my husband. Okay? So, this bitch is not a real friend. Even though your husband come first, you can still be a friend. I'm not fucking on your daddy, taking your spot as king because my dad got in my ear. So now, Alicent tells the whole kingdom, King Viserys is dead. And his last words to me was, he wants Aegon to be king. That bitch is a liar. Okay? And not all lies are malicious, and then we haven't got to the point where we understand if she's malicious yet because they're still building the show. She could have genuinely be confused because remember I told y'all he was named after Aegon the Conqueror. Prince Viserys or King Viserys was talking in riddles, and he said and Aegon was king. He wasn't talking about your Aegon, shorty. He was talking about Aegon the Conqueror. That's who y'all stole his name from. So now the kingdom is split in half. You got people that feel that Princess Rhaenyra is, oh my God. I just started this damn channel and I already got people loitering. What is this, honey? I want to offer you the price. I only got 7 people in here. What you want from me? I'm telling a story and I'm getting worked up and hot. And I ain't got enough followers. Come back when I make you a deal. You bring. Hi, Cherish. How do I make you a moderator? How do I do that? We're gonna do that next show. We're gonna ignore him now. You come back with 1,000 followers, and you got a deal, okay? I don't know what that gibberish is. And right in the middle of my bounce, cool. Where was I? Boom. Not all lies are malicious, right? I don't think Allison is an awful person. I just think she's a bad person. So we don't know if she really believed that her husband made their son the king after knowing that everyone knew that he wanted Rhaenyra to be the king in his demise. Or was she genuinely confused and she thought when he said Aegon, he might have meant Aegon, their son. But nigga, that little fuck shit wasn't built for this shit. He was about Aegon the Conqueror. He wasn't, and Rhaenyra's still supposed to be queen. Boom. So now we got a whole kingdom, right? It's like the United States. We got people that want Biden. We got people that want Trump. And you got motherfuckers like me. I'm going to get it out the mud. I don't pay taxes anyway. Neither has anything to do with me. I don't care. But you got people that's like, nah, fuck that. Rhaenyra's my king. But on paper, Aegon is the king. So there's people that just got to respect it. They don't got that fight in them. They're not going to fight their government. They just like, well, that's the king. That's what the queen said. Now we have a division, right? We got people that respect Rhaenyra as the king. And we got people that respect Aegon. He's not even, that's how insignificant the prick is. Do y'all see Aegon anywhere here? Some king, right? He's not even in the you know how when they have housewives in Atlanta, he don't even got a peach. How you the king? How you the king? You don't even got a peach. They don't even got your picture up here, bro. Cool. Now let me tie the story in, cause it gets messy and it's a good messy. Rhaenyra got mad kids. She used to be a hoe, right? She was just fucking. So she got kids from a security guard, one of these guards, right? But they ain't come out with blonde hair, so niggas be like, who kids is those, bro? She used to pass it off like one of the other Targaryens. Remember I told you they all got blonde hair? 2 little boys, black hair. Right? Their names are not significant. They're like Luke and Jake, because their names are weird. One is Jacaerian and Lucerian, so we're going to call them Luke and Jake. They bastards, right? They born out of wedlock. People talk about them because their hair is black. We don't know what's going on. Cool. Then she marries her uncle, right? The uncle got blonde hair. Her babies are cousin, nieces, and nephews, cousins. Whatever you do with incest. Now these kids got blonde hair. He got one. So far they got one. Now, her former best friend, currently the queen, has, I don't remember how many kids she has for the king, but it's nasty because her kids, they have to marry each other and have babies. So the siblings are cousins too. Please, just bear with me. There was a rivalry in season 1 that's so bad, it reminds me of the Don Foolio and Queso beef. Remember I told you Queso was clapping his cousins. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. How you clap? They doing that here too. Her kids, even though they're not cool like that, are cousins. And what cousins do? They play with each other, right? Her kids are more delicate and soft and they're nice people. And her kids are pretty much pieces of shit, right? They're all playing around one day, right? And her kids were getting bullied by one of her kids. This nigga named Aemon. Aemon's a main character too. He like a little version of him, but he don't got that dog. This is a real dog. I got a shower. Do you make money from people viewing? So I can let it play? I don't know. You could just be here because I like the numbers. I need 5. Thank you for caring. That's so cute. I don't make money yet, so you could go ahead and take your shower. I'm just having a good time vibing. Thank you and have a beautiful shower. Rhaenyra's kids and Alicent's kids are playing one day. And Rhaenyra's kids have a nicer temperament than Alicent's kids. And she has really one badass kid named Aemon. Aemon is bullying, and then, they got other cousins around. Like, he got some little black kids running around, and his kids and her kids are promised to each other. So even though they're kids, they're like future husband and wife. It's adorable, but not really. Her little piece of shit son, Eamon, started pushing one of his daughters, which is one of her kids' future wife. And even though they soft and shit, they like, get up off my wife. And they 6. Get up off my wife. They not saying that, but they just picking up for the bully and who's being bullied. Her son slashes her son in the eye by mistake. He's a good kid. He didn't do it on purpose. But Eamon was being a bully. He was being a bully and he was pushing the girl and he was about to hurt the girl. So her son jumps in the way. He's a good kid. Slashes Eamon in the eye. Eamon has one eye now. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. At this time, the king is still alive and these are all his grandkids, so it don't mean nothing to him. No. Her kids is his kids. Her kids is his grandkids. So they're all his. My kids and my grandkids are beefing. What you want me to do? They kids. This bitch like, yo, you got to do something to your grandson. He hurt our son. And he like, nah, bitch, they all my sons. This is one's a grandson. So it's a mess. It never gets resolved because by the time he died, he was such a good dad. He's just like, I'm not doing nothing that hurts my daughter. Sex is I love my daughter. I love you too, but I love my daughter. So now their kids just got this beef. They got this beef. The cousins got real beef. They get older, right? Niggas got their dragons. Everybody gets a different dragon. Eamon steals the biggest dragon in the world. It's a girl. I can't remember her name right now. Somebody put it in there. She's a big deal. When niggas bring up that dragon name, everybody like, nah, I don't want to go to war with them because he got Vhagar. Oh, what a bad bitch. Vhagar's such a bad bitch that I'm shook while as I'm telling this story and I said Vhagar, the hair's raising on my arms, right? Nobody wants smoke with Vhagar. Like they'll be in the small council having meetings, right? And then they'll strategize war plans and then somebody will look up and just be like, y'all dead ass? Because them niggas got Vhagar. What are we going to do? They have Vhagar. She is the biggest dragon in the world. And the second biggest ever made. But we'll talk about that another time. I don't want to complicate things. The boy with the one eye, he's such a bully. Vhagar wasn't even promised to him. One of the little black girls had him. He jumped on Vhagar. Everybody was scared of Vhagar. He got that dog. I tell you, he's a mini Damien. You want to get to know him, but I don't got enough to say about him right now because I don't want to confuse you. But this guy, you might want to write his name down on a pad because he's a big business, right? And he started some big shit. We're going to tie it in. We're going to make sense. And we're going to move on to some black people news to get y'all blood going again in case this is too nerdy for y'all. Eamon, the bad kid with one eye Willie, jumps on Vhagar one night, even though that's not his dragon. Tames her, like, yeah. Steals her. Now, this is his possession. This is his war go-to. He owns her. No one else can own her. And y'all really don't want no smoke with Vhagar. Cool. Now, it's almost over, I promise you. Princess Rhaenyra, my king, because I chose a side. You got the team green. If you say you team green, she always wear green. So that's team green, and over here with team black. If you're for Rhaenyra being king, you are team black. And if you have a mental health issue and you're team green, you respect Aemon being king. I don't know too many people, but I would really judge you as a person in real life from a reality show if you think it's okay to be team green. And I don't need to explain it. It's just unethical. Now they banging out over the title. I know you ain't think niggas took this sitting down. They at war. I'm really the king. You lied and said your son the king. My dad is dead and can't tell us who it is. You let your father get in your ear. He's still handed a king, so he still holds a lot of weight. But my husband, uncle husband, he not somebody y'all really want to play with. And we got dragons too. They just not as big. So this is what I'm going to do, right? My kids is older. My uncle husband, he a gangster. Whether y'all think y'all got a Vhagar or not. I'm gonna start sending out because we got dragons too, right? I'm gonna send out my husband to one. And what I need. There's 7 kingdoms, right? Not gonna get into that. I'm gonna send everybody to all 7 kingdoms to see if I could build an army for y'all to support my claim on the throne. Cause y'all know y'all not right. Y'all know I was the princess that was promised. I'm the king that's promised. I send my uncle husband to one kingdom. He takes his dragon, he out. I got 2 bastard sons, Jake and Luke. They don't got that dog in them, but you know, they still little princes. They gonna do what they gotta do. They got little mini dragons. I send them out to little kingdoms. I send out a couple of more people. This is about 15 years after the ice slicing, right? When Aemon got his eye sliced, they were all kids. You know, kids play rough. Let's fast forward 15 years. Aemon is almost an adult, the end ages of a teenager. Her son Luke, which is the kid that slashed his eye, goes and tries to, you know, make peace and like, yo, y'all know my mother is the king. Like, we could do this nice, which I prefer. You know, I'm not no thug. Aemon like, fuck all that noise. We never settled that business when you cut my eye 15 years ago. Give me your eye. What? Moves his eye patch. It's just a glowing blue light. This is electrifying. If you're watching it live, this is electrifying. This is all season 1. Give me your eye. You took my eye when we was kids. You talking about peace treaties? Fuck that! Kicks over a table. Give me your eye. Luke's like, ooh, gotta get up out of there. Hops on his little dragon. What's the littlest dragon we know? We don't know any because they're not real. But imagine a little dragon. Imagine Coil Ray as a dragon. And then you got Meg the Stallion. The size difference is incomparable, right? So he jumps on his Coil Ray. He jumps on his Coil Ray dragon. Tiny, cute, cutesies, love it. But Vhagar is a big bitch. They showed a scene that was so bone chilling. And it's so dramatic. It's a great story. Coil Ray versus Shaq. That is even actually a more comparable comparison. They have this scene where Luke is trying to run up out the castle and he hops on his dragon and they just flying in the sky. And here comes Aemon on Shaq. He's on the Shaq dragon. And the shadow of Vhagar over the little dragon it's insane. But it's a stormy night, and Aemon, even though he's evil, says that he didn't intend for shit to get that real. He was just trying to scare him. I told y'all Vhagar was a messy bitch. Vhagar's the dragon. I told y'all Vhagar was a messy bitch that lived for drama, right? You command your dragon like a horse, and it, you know, for the most part, does what it wants. But she's an animal. Vhagar's a messy, big, old, miserable bitch. Vhagar eats... Vhagar eats the dragon and the baby. They dead. Vhagar goes... They dead. Falls out the sky, hit the ground. Aemon's like, oh shit, what the fuck did I do? I didn't want him to die. I was just tight that he took my eye and I didn't get an eye back. Now, the princess gets news that her son was killed on a mission she sent him on. Sick. I couldn't imagine somebody even pinching Gotti, much less someone eating him out the sky. Don't even want to talk about it. I'm going to get emotional. Rhaenyra is sick. I sent my son to go talk to y'all because I'm really the king. And y'all let that frumpy old bitch Vhagar eat my son and the dragon? Alright, cool. Tells her husband, this is the gangster I told you about. He be clapping shit by himself. You send an army, he gonna send them back. That's just what he does. Got that dog in him. She tells her uncle husband, and he says, alright, we gonna kill a nigga They killed your son. This is not his son. This is a son she had before him. But that's still his bitch, so he got to ride for her, right? I'ma send niggas to kill a nigga that killed your son. I want Eamon. Eamon thinks he's him, but he's just not there yet. So they got their own beef. Because Eamon want to be Damien so bad. This is Damien. I would want to be Damien too, right? He meets two guys, right? And this episode hurt my feelings because they kicked the dog in this episode, and the animal kingdom, animal lovers, we went crazy on Twitter because that scene wasn't necessary. Anyway, he sent like a welder. It's like those they had poor professions, like they were welders and whatever. He sent two low income working men. He went into the hood. Like niggas know he's of royalty, but he be going into the hood because he be going to the brothels and fucking bitches. So he not too up there to get in the hood. Like he'll go through Brownsville at 3 a.m. and be comfortable. He goes into the hood with a hoodie on, a bag of money. Like, yo, I got money on Eamon's head. Who want this money? Because I know y'all poor. And niggas like, Eamon that lives in a castle. The castle, Eamon, whose brother is the king and his mom is the queen. How we gonna do that? Figure it out. Y'all want this bread or y'all don't want this bread? But my shorty in the crib crying, I can't come back without a head. My shorty is the king to me, and so I gotta make my girl happy. Bring me Eamon's head and like do it nowish. Boom. Nigga see how much money he had on him. Like, yeah, we could get this done. Specifically asked for Eamon's head because Eamon killed her kid. Now this is real nasty, so I'm gonna make it real quick. She had twins, a boy and a girl. They're siblings and they're husband and wife at the same damn time, right? Are they twins? No, they're not twins. They're brother and sister that had babies and they had twins. They had a boy and a girl. The babies are 1 year old. So her kids are also lovers. They're lovers, okay? They don't really love each other because they don't have that relationship, but they do have the title and they do have twins together. The niggas that was paid to go get Eamon's head, they break into the castle. They break into... She's not the queen anymore. Her daughter is. She's the grand queen. She's the grandmother. Just push her out the way because she's irrelevant now. Now you're dealing with her kids. King Eamon, that she lied to get his position because he's not the king. He ain't my king, right? King Eamon is her son, so she's the mama of the king. And her daughter is married to her son. So her son and her daughter are king and queen. They had twins. So when the robbers bust into the kingdom, right? Eamon's not there. Eamon is who you want. Eamon is One-Eye Willie with the eye patch, and his bitch ass dragon Vagar ate the little kid and the other dragon. We want his head because he did it. Y'all know what the working men did? They go up in the crib and it's two babies there. They're not even 1 year old. And they're so young, they're twins. They're at the age where you can't tell they're a boy or a girl. So one of these idiots says, Eamon's not here, but we're going to take another son. A son for a son. The name of the episode is A Son for a Son, right? Wrong son. Nobody wants you killing no kid. So the queen, which is her daughter, is just like, and they have a knife to her neck, and she don't care about dying. She like, yo, kill me. Don't kill my kids. They're not even one. Nah, that ain't hot enough. We got a bag of money to get, and it's a son for a son. Tell us which one's the boy. Got two twins. They so young, you can't tell their gender. The girl go, that one's the boy. Like she made it too easy. It was hilarious. We had a time on Twitter talking about her parenting skills. She points to the boy, and one of them was like, nah, that can't be the boy. She's not gonna give him up so easy. And she did. It was the boy. They chop his head off. A baby. This is Game of Thrones. This is what they do. We got real big murders. We got unfathomable murders. Nobody's safe. Remember they used to have a gang back in Brownsville and Brooklyn? ABG, anybody get it? ABG, in this show, anybody gets it. So now you have them decapitating a 1 year old baby. Right? Now here's the problem. Remember Don Julio Foolio and their friends? They just keep on going back and killing each other, cousins killing cousins. And it's just a death wheel. We don't know when it's going to stop, because when you go clap somebody, somebody's going to be mad. They don't care who started it. Everybody has someone that loves them. And that's what's going on in the show. And that's just what I wanted to tie it. I've been so mad at black people for killing and having, but everybody does it. But yeah, that is my rendition of how life imitates art and art imitates life. So that's what's going on. And I wanted it to be quicker, and I wanted to have more topics. Y'all gonna have to wait till tomorrow, because today was taken up by House of the Dragons and sponsored by niggas killing each other. But yeah, the show is amazing, and it's the best TV show I've ever seen in my life. Game of Thrones was. This is a spinoff. Hopefully this lives up to the amazing cinema, which was Game of Thrones, excluding season 8. If you know, you know. They made us wait 2 years for the last season of Game of Thrones, and it was disappointing to say the least. Thank you, Dangerous Elegance. So if anybody ever has a question about Game of Thrones and or House of the Dragons, like if you want a quick debriefing so you could jump in, because it airs every night at 9 p.m. 9? Yes. Every night on HBO Max. Oh, I started 5 minutes late, so I'm going to end 5 minutes late. I'm going to make sure I do my full 60. I'm not going to shortchange y'all. If anybody ever wants a debriefing on any of these shows, I'm a nerd for this. So you can always come to me for that. I also wanted to make fun of somebody. Who did I want to make fun of? Oh! I'm going to use my last 5 minutes to make fun of Keith Lee. Right? I'm really big on people who get famous off of social media and being rich, because we got so many obstacles in our little black lives that people don't, we don't just get fame and money easily. So when we get it, and we got it because we just used our talent, I'm going to back you. But what I'm not going to back...
any ill will or any ill intentions behind the situation. The situation happened the way it did.
I'm going to pause that. All right. The BET Awards, which stands for the Brownsville Entertainment Television Awards, was Sunday. God bless their hearts, but it is black people in charge of production, so things could always be better. Taraji P. Henson is the host. And this was an embarrassing moment.
Man look alike. Method's married, are you?
It's not even important. That guy, did I back up? That guy, he's not famous enough, right? So she confuses him for this guy, and he's barely famous. He's a food critic. This was a segment where she was giving people their flowers. It's the thought that counts. She gave the wrong guy the flower. She gave Keith Lee a flower,
man look alike,
thinking he was him. It was confusing. It was embarrassing. You had to be there. Not worth talking about. But as a man, right? Appears to be a man. I mean, the guidelines have changed and shifted significantly in modern days. Can't keep up. This what appears to be a man. I don't know his pronouns. That's what you guys do nowadays. As a man, when I grew up, they were manly. Now, they just have penises, and that makes them a man.
It is what it is. I made a video last night where I had the rose that was given to me in my hand, and I let it fall on the floor. The reason...
So dramatic. Let's see that one more time. I deleted this because the message wasn't completely... Completely what? Where's the rose dropping? Completely misconstrued. Okay.
Where I had the rose
long story short, because I got 2 minutes to spare on this.
The reason I did this, nothing.
He made a video throwing his flower on the floor. Saying that he doesn't want a flower that wasn't intended for him. When the time is right, he'll have his own flower. And because of that... Anyway, here's the thing, right? It was a mistake. You're only famous for eating food. We all eat food. You're famous for doing a function that's necessary to live. You don't sing, you don't rap, you don't dance, you don't paint. You were invited to a Black Excellence Award because you eat food. A flower was mistakenly given to you as a carnivore. You just take it, you roar, and you go. Instead, you make a fake deep video about
The reason I dropped
timing
that I wholeheartedly
and
believe
intention,
that wasn't my rose.
and it wasn't.
That wasn't my rose. That wasn't my moment. It was given.
Niggas be soft. I'm gonna have a lot of enemies telling you how I feel on the show when it does do what it. Niggas be soft. It was a mistake. Whoops, my bad. Let's laugh it off. Let's not make it deeper than what it has to be. Eat your food. That's what you do when you go. So I just want our men to come back, or not, or just disappear entirely. But
Given to me.
long videos trying to make a bitch fit, trying to rationalize a bitch fit, and people like, yeah, I'm glad he cleared it up. You guys are so easily impressed. Cleared what up? His temper tantrum? That's all I have for today, guys. I don't know if the show has a name. I was flirting with the idea of the Go F Yourself afternoon show because I don't do mornings. I don't care if it's long. It's just dramatic, just like me. But I appreciate everyone who came in today. I had fun. I don't care who's here. I'm here. Gotti's here in the corner sleeping. And it says I had 3 viewers. Woo! Rockstar shit. I will be back tomorrow, same time, 12 to 1. I won't be late this time. And I thank you guys for spending an hour with me talking about the shit I like to talk about. Love y'all later.